Hope that works. Why do we look lively, bro? Can you guys hear me and see me? Can you check the YouTube to see why you closing it?
So I don't make noise and just...
That's fine. Can you just check the thing to see if I look blurry? Because if I look blurry, I'm cutting this shit. I have no patience to deal with this shit today.
It smells like bleach.
Because I'm unclogging the tub. Fuck. Go in the living room and see if you can hear me. Clear.
Yeah.
You can hear me good? I don't know what to do.
The bag don't stop.
The bag's gonna stop today if this shit is stay blurry. Because I'm not in the mood today. Hold on, let me try one more thing. I think it's better. Hi Deb. Hi Courtney. The blurriness, it's not really much I can do about it. That's literally been all day. No matter where I was today, all my shit was blurry. So I'm not even gonna fight about it right now. As long as you guys can hear me, I'm just gonna rock with that. We're gonna just pull a few cards, and if it's still blurry, this is gonna be a super short day. Day 4. I hope everyone had a good day. Yeah, good day. It's only 10 o'clock. Still got some time to redeem yourself if it wasn't a good day. Just a quick just a quick disclaimer for the members. You guys are gonna be getting a video. It's gonna be either, I don't know if it's scheduled for tonight or if it's scheduled for tomorrow, like by 12 p.m. Either way, there's a video that's gonna be coming up for the members. It's like over an hour long. I'm just sending out every trigger warning. Every trigger warning. Like just my apologies in advance. That's it. And that's all. I got 3 cards out. First card out was the Ace of Wands. I'm holding it up out of habit. I don't even know if you guys can see it. The Ace of Wands. The 8 of Wands, which is the 9 of Wands. This is either a new conversation or it's a new way of having a conversation. So for example, if you have somebody that you normally, y'all can't get it together for shit, like as far as like communicating, this could be a parent, a lover, a sibling, your child, your co-parent. There's someone here that it's usually arguments, it's usually 2 people just on the far end, on the different far end of like a perspective, and just it usually doesn't go good. It usually doesn't go well between these people, and the way that they communicate, maybe their styles of communicating is different, or maybe their perspectives are so on opposite ends that it's just hard for both people to like find a middle ground. It's difficult, or it was difficult, or it's the norm for this dynamic is difficult because it's the 9 of Wands if we add it together with the 8 with the Ace. And so because the cards fell out split, it's not the 9 of Wands card, it's an 8 and an Ace. I'm gonna look at this as if this is someone who normally communicating, we're not too effective with that. But for some reason, either we're both approaching it in a different way, in a new way with the Ace of Wands. Something could have transpired to get someone or both people to put in more work so that they can bring themselves to a point where they can be more understanding. Maybe in the past, someone was hot-headed, impulsive, defensive, and for whatever reason now, one or both people in this dynamic are choosing to like listen actively. They keep telling me somebody's listening actively, like actively listening. This could also be the energy of like for example, 2 people who, like again, if it's a parent or a sibling, it's someone that you love and care about, and in the past you guys couldn't get along for shit, or couldn't see each other's perspectives, or couldn't understand each other's perspectives for, you know, however long. Something happens, right? So something, life be life, and so something happens. Somebody may be sick, or somebody gets into an accident, or something out of our human control kind of happens. You could have lost a friend, or one of your friends could have like lost someone really important to them, and it's something that kind of wakes you up and makes you kind of put things into perspective. Like me and my brother never really, not me, but I'm just saying as an example, me and my brother we could never get it together. We could never see eye to eye on certain things. Me and my father, me and my mother, me and my spouse, whatever. But it seems petty when you think of it in the greater scheme of things. Like when you think of it in a sense of losing the person to jail, to death, whatever the case is, it's like the things that seemed to be difficult, 9 of Wands, suddenly become small and just not worth losing the ability to speak to someone, losing the opportunity to speak to someone, etc. So that's all this right here. The third card that flew out face down, King of Pentacles. This could be somebody with their father. Somebody could be healing a dad wound. That's definitely a thing here. Someone could struggle with the communication with their father. And if it's not a dad, because it's the king, but even if it's not like a masculine energy, it could definitely be a mother or a grandmother. It's somebody who was in a position or is in a position to provide. And not just financially, it's like provide emotionally, like provide stability, you know, it's not just providing financially. So it could be a parent figure. For some of you who are already parents, something that happens with one of your children or with your child may actually put things into perspective in regard to something that never was peaceful or never had come full circle in regard to like your dynamic with your own parents. So like your child, something happens with your child and it either makes you think like, damn, I thought I did everything different than my parents, and now I'm going through this with my child. Now that I'm on the other side of this, I could probably see why my mom, even if I don't understand exactly why she did the things she did, or, you know, but I could understand why she would feel stuck or, you know, with her hand forced to make certain moves. There's an understanding here that comes up for somebody here. It's something that happens unrelated with a child or with children that gets you to realize things and put things in perspective with your own dynamics, you and your siblings, you and your parents, etc. For anybody who's just now coming in, my Mercury is still in retrograde apparently, because none of my devices have been clear today. All my lives, all my content has been blurry. I don't want to say it's the issue with the phone screen, because I don't think it's that. But they said that they could hear me perfectly fine in the chat, so I'm just thugging it out. We're going to pull some cards, and maybe we'll do a card chronicles tomorrow for the live for day 5. That could actually be a message for someone. My audio working fine, perfectly fine, and my video not working. There may be something that you feel like you're waiting for it because you're waiting to see it. Whether this is like you're waiting for someone to show you that they've changed, or you're waiting for something to show that it's going to be fruitful. This could be work related, it could be a dynamic, you know, it could be anything. But there's something that someone's waiting to see before they confirm. And I feel like because we're so blurry and you guys can't really see me, I feel like that's a message in itself. If you don't, as long as you feel it and you know, like, you know, where you belong and what needs to be done and how things, like, you shouldn't have to wait to see something in order to act on something, or somebody's waiting to see something. Until you see something, you won't see value in it. And I think that that's a mistake, which is why I feel like my audio works perfectly fine, even though I look mad blurry. Because I think somebody got it fucked up. I think somebody, if this is romantic, this could be somebody that you, or maybe this is how you feel, like somebody is speaking a good game. Things that they're saying sound good in theory, but you may not necessarily be seeing the things that they're saying, that they've changed or that they've fixed or that they've done. Because somebody's making me feel like I'm waiting to see it. I heard it, I hear it, but I'm waiting to see it. So depending on how this plays out, it could be a good thing, or you could be fucking yourself over. So just be careful with that. The cards that flipped is the 6 of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. Don't be so quick to forgive somebody. It's crazy because I feel like I've been on here for the last 6 years, like forgiveness and judgment is not ours and all the things, right? But this right here, the 4 of Cups and the Page of Cups, the Page of Cups is the first card that came out. Like it came before the 4, right? So the Page of Cups is our forgiveness card. Don't, and maybe that's part of the message, don't just blindly forgive someone without seeing that their actions are matching their words. See how it all ties in? Because it's the 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups is something that's not in alignment with you. And if we were to add it together, it's a 5 of Cups, which is, you already know that this is a 4 of Cups. It came out as a 4 of Cups. And so if you try to turn a blind eye or try to avoid it or try to act like you don't see it, 2 of Swords, you may end up hurt, 5 of Cups, and you may fucking regret it, 5 of Cups. The thing is, with this 6 of Wands, I think someone may be putting the front, like, because the Six of Wands is victory, but it's like the most important part of the Six of Wands is that other people are acknowledging someone's victory. Other people can see it. It's not just a victory that you come across and only you know it exists. No, this is a victory that's loud. Other people can see it. Social media, people in your life, whatever, right? I think someone's living in this. This may actually be a charade, which is interesting. Because so I have 9 and 6 is what, 14, 15? And 5 and 1 breaks down to a 6 anyway. Someone listens to argue. They're not listening and like paying attention to what's being said. They're listening to respond. And they're not even listening. It's like the saying, I think, is like you're hearing to respond. You're not listening to understand. So that's what somebody's doing here. Because if I put all the cards together, that's what this looks like. It's the 9 of Wands. But somebody's showing a 6 of Wands. And again, if we were to add all of this, is 15 Wands, which breaks down to a 6 anyway. So someone doesn't care how much they gotta exert themselves. Someone doesn't care how long they've had the charade going or how much longer they have to hold up the charade. Somebody's whole image is based around other people thinking that they're successful at something or thinking that they're a certain way that they may not necessarily be. Somebody's holding up a facade with those 6 Wands there. This, again, this could be a masculine with the King of Pentacles, but if it's not a masculine, if it's a woman and it's not a parent of yours, this person, this could be a co-worker, a friend, a spouse, whatever. This person is extremely stubborn and stuck in their ways. It's earth energy, the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is also super slow. The way he moves is very calculated and very slow paced. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Queen of Cups. There may be a feminine who's dealing with a masculine that is super slow to open up emotionally. I think that the feminine may feel like the masculine doesn't care. I don't think that's the case. Because I got 6 cups now on the table. You may actually be learning that somebody that you were dealing with at some point, because it's funny that someone's making me, they keep telling me avoidance. Somebody could have been dealing with avoidant personality. Someone like the King of Pentacles, someone who's not really quick to show emotion, someone who's more so on the stoic side of things, someone who is very slow and steady in their pace. I just think that the Queen of Cups is so sensitive when it comes to like her feelings and the way that she's expressing it and what she's receiving, that I think that his slowness may actually be triggering her vulnerabilities. I don't think it's intentional. I think because it's the King of Pentacles, so it just feels like this is just the way he knows how to, or someone's love language may be like buying stuff, but their partner's love language is like touch, affection, quality time, words of affirmation, all the fancy shit. The thing is that I feel like the masculine, and it could be reversed, but the way they're showing me is a King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So I'm saying he and she for that reason, but take it however it resonates for your story, if it does, because the King of Pentacles is, it's not in the reverse. And so it doesn't make, I don't feel like it's being done intentionally in a way to hurt somebody. It's being done intentionally because this is how this person breaks down energy. This is how this person processes energy. This is how this person processes their feelings. This is how this person may express their feelings. I just feel like the Queen of Cups may be taking it personal, which is why we saw the 5 of Cups. But she didn't understand because we saw the page. So the page is like the most either immature or younger or like very naive energy. So at some point, I think someone was dealing with a King of Pentacles. If this is romantic, you were dealing with a King of, this could be your father too. Somebody could just not, somebody could be an adult and just now realizing certain things that transpired in their parent or their father's life, and they're understanding more in regard to like, this would be somebody whose father wasn't emotional when they were growing up. He may not have hugged you or even shown any type of like, I don't want to say he didn't show love. He wasn't an emotional type of guy. He was more stoic in a sense because it's the King of Pentacles. I think growing up that did a lot of damage, obviously, but I feel like it wasn't done intentionally. And as someone has gotten older, they've realized, oh, it wasn't because of me that he was this way or anything I was lacking. It was because of him. And whatever he had been through, this is the way he learned how to cope. And when he was doing certain things or not doing certain things, that was actually his way of showing me that he loved me and cared for me. Like, so someone's having that revelation, which is super dope because it brings a lot of healing in. If this is romantic though, this is somebody who would, even if you've been together for a few years, this is somebody who in the beginning, this was like a cat and mouse game where the Page of Cups is kind of like going after the King of Pentacles, trying to get some type of reaction from the King of Pentacles and never getting it. Especially if the Queen of Pentacles as a page, if Queen of Cups as a page, if she was what's that called? An anxious attached. This is like an avoidant attachment and an anxious attachment together. Yo, that's a recipe for disaster. The thing is, I feel like someone was like this and someone now knows better, so they're like this. They still had to go through all the shit. Like, they still had to go through all the shit, right? And even if this is not like a couple that stays together, because of what this anxious attachment person went through with the avoidant, it's gonna take a lot for the anxious attachment to understand that the avoidant didn't purposely do things. Because listen, if they're narcissistic, that's different. But if it's an anxious avoidant, if it's an avoidant style, that's different than narcissistic. There's some similarities in their behavior, which is why a lot of times they get misconstrued for each other. But overall, they are different. Especially just by their intention. A narcissist person, man or woman, knows that their actions are gonna hurt someone. That's why they're doing it. To control, to hurt, to manipulate. Whereas an avoidant person may hurt someone just the same, to the same capacity, but their intention is never that. If anything, the avoidant is trying to protect themselves, and so in doing that, they're doing things that they don't realize that is hurting someone else. But this is, again, these attachment styles, we get them from childhood. So this is not something that is being done intentionally, even though it may very well feel that way, especially for someone who's an anxious attachment. The thing is, I feel like there's a lesson here for both people moving forward, because the anxious attachment person can, if they look at really what they just went through in that relationship or that dynamic, they can do enough healing and learning, educating themselves enough to a point where they can heal themselves out of that attachment style and become more emotionally regulated. Whereas for the emotional avoidant attachment style person, that person, if they've paid attention to what they needed to learn, if they've actually taken accountability, if they've actually sat there and realized just what a train wreck they caused, even if it was unintentionally, there's room for them to learn how to be better as well, and even just navigate their lives better. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I know I'm only 30 minutes in, but the way this is blurry is really fucking with me. So we're gonna wrap this up. Today was a really long ass day for me. tomorrow we're gonna be live. Most likely gonna do Card Chronicles, so it'll be a better read, much better read, and definitely much longer. Yeah, look at this. The 5 of Cups fell out. What's at the bottom? The 9 of Cups. 9 and 5 is a 5. 9 and 5 is 14. Right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1 and 4 is a 5 of Cups. If that's a relationship, or even if it's not romantic relationship, if the avoidant and anxious, whether it was a relationship, like your style versus your father's style, your mother's style, without the healing, without the awareness, and then without the healing that would come from a dynamic like that, both people, because it's 5 of Cups twice, so both people will be left with a lot of regret and a lot of pain. And just to tie this into what I was talking about in the beginning, the message in the beginning, somebody may actually go through something that's going to wake them up and realize, like, I need to take it for what it is. These things weren't done intentionally. Why that light is not going off? Oh, because I thought I was bugging. No, but it was going off this morning. Oh, make sure there's water in there. Put more. Don't burn yourself.
There's a lot.
All right, it's boiling? Okay. I forgot that shit was on. But yeah, we'll be live tomorrow for day 5. It'll be better than today. I'll have more energy. They can't see us, but it's okay. Izzy said hello for those of y'all who missed the cherry top. And yeah, like I said, the members, shout out to the members, and my apologies in advance, because the video that's going up next is going to be super, like, you know the emoji with the brain, like the head popped open? That's going to be the members in the next 24 hours. I even debated on posting the video, but it's up, it's scheduled. Word. I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a good night. Don't start. Don't. Why must you play with me? I'm telling you, my own retrograde, my own person.